Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Nisha. What up?
What's going on, family? Hopefully your day has been going well. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to enjoy this weekend because tomorrow is back into the grind. All right. But for this evening, we have quite a touchy subject to touch on this evening. No pun intended.
I got a poem.
We got poetry for you. Now, in addition to that, in addition to the topic that we're going to be touching on a little bit towards, once we go over some pointers to help out in this situation, we are going to be doing some card readings. So the information will pop up here in just a moment so that when you all are ready to
Making my flame go up, baby. I got a poem.
Okay.
My
go
flame
ahead.
is going out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming with the flame. Twin Flames Unite is coming with the flame. See, it's a flame. Flames are usually pretty hot, ladies and gentlemen. When you're in a twin flame relationship, it's going to be some heat. And we come in here with the fire to teach y'all how to cook with the heat. We come in to teach you how to transmute and transform, just like you're cooking. Because it's going to be some heat with the flame. Then you have to smoke. We're going to teach you. Stay with us.
Oh,
That's my poem.
Oh boy. All right, y'all.
My poem.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, y'all. So yes, tonight we are doing card readings. If you are up for card readings this evening, as you can see, if you would please send your donations via Cashapp towards the Twin Flame Cashapp, so that once we receive that information, then we can pull the cards for you. Hold on, let me start that back over again because that sounded really crazy. Okay, so first things first is that we are going to be talking about the situation that, your twin flame is in another relationship. What the hell do you do now? Okay, but in addition to that, we are going to be doing some cards. We will be pulling some cards this evening. So if you would like to have your card pulled, then you can send your donations via Cash App. Or if you're one of our Royal Twin Flames on YouTube, you can put your Chris and Leisha emoji, and we will pull a card for you at no additional charge. All right? Beautiful. And before we get into it, hopefully we can do this intro and it don't go crazy.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Right, much better, much better. All right, so let's get into it. So yes, once again, we are going to do the card reading, but we're going to go into that after we go over these pointers as to what do you do when your twin flame is in a relationship now. It's a tough situation to go through. It's very painful, and please believe that we understand the pain that comes with this going on. We've experienced it. Not with, maybe on your end a little bit so much, but not so much on my end. But I have gone through situations where there's somebody who I had in mind and they're with somebody else.
Boom, what do you do now?
Okay, so we're going to jump into it. And so with that being said, what is the first step that needs to be taken once you realize that your twin flame is in another relationship? And once again, we are streaming right now on YouTube and Facebook. So thank you so much for our Facebook family for coming through and showing some love. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, if you would like the card reading and you're watching on Facebook, just remember to send those donations via to the Cash App, and then we'll get into it. All right. Awesome. Got to keep the sage on deck.
Keep this energy clear. Keep it right.
All right. So what is the first step?
First step. But before we get into the first step, I want to acknowledge everyone that's in the room right now. And I want to welcome everyone for taking the time to be here with us. Sierra is transforming. She is, looks like she is a royal twin flame.
Yes.
Sierra is transforming. Welcome, sweetheart. And also, Toria, welcome. Holly, welcome. Thank you for being here. Conscious Lolo, and those of you who are here but just not in the chat, welcome and thank you so much. If this is your first time, we ask that you go ahead and subscribe, turn on that notification so that you can know when we are going live. And if you would like to join our Royal Twin Flame, you can do so by, exiting and hitting the join. Or if you would like to become a Royal Twin Flame on our website, which will give you a lot of information to the classes that we're doing right now, because we are doing some classes, some really interesting classes. You can go ahead and join us on our website, which is twinflamesunite.com. So that housekeeping is out of the way. Okay. So yes, we're going to go to step 1. Okay, so what do you do when your twin flame or your soulmate or somebody that you hold near and dear to your heart, might not necessarily be a twin flame.
Yeah. Maybe somebody you're attracted to.
Somebody, yep. Doesn't matter. These are some really good insights on how to handle a situation like that. Because usually when you're in those type of situations, you're not thinking clearly. Okay, your emotions are everywhere.
Yes.
All right. Welcome, Kelrick. What's up, Kelrick?
What's going on, sir? All right.
All right. So step 1. Okay. So what do you do? Step 1. Okay. So first thing you want to do is pause.
Take a breath.
Woosah.
All right. Now, the reason why you want to take a pause is that because when this happens, once again, this is something that is traumatic. Depending on your level of involvement, this can be very traumatic.
Yes.
Okay. And so normally when something traumatic happens, it sends us into the fight or flight mode. And we know that when we're in the fight or flight mode, sometimes we don't think as rational as we would like to. Okay. But taking a pause and taking a breath will allow you to get out of that fight or flight mode so that you can think rationally.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so you take time for yourself. You breathe, okay? And you give yourself time to adjust to your current reality. Okay? Sometimes we're not in a space to really accept reality. And you really do have to accept what's happening.
Right.
It's very, this number 1 step is really, really important. You must pause. You must really take a step back to realize, what moment that you're in. The moments that we're in necessarily might not be a moment that we really want to be in. So what we try to do, we try to either go to the past.
Yeah.
You're in the past, you're reminiscing, and you're thinking about all of these sad things. What if, shoulda, coulda, woulda. And we're going down this lane of shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Going down that rabbit hole.
Right? And so that takes us into what's called depression. So you'll be in deep rest. And sometimes that situation is called for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
But you definitely want to pause and really pay attention to what's happening. Be in that moment where you're separated. You have to acknowledge it before you can even do anything about it. All right. Thank you. Somebody said, may we always be together. Oh, that is beautiful. It's Dipali Das. Welcome. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes.
All right. So the next thing you want to do once you've taken that pause and you've really accepted your reality as it is. So it's step number 2, guys. Oh, thank you so much, Shavana, for that donation. We do appreciate it. You want to read
Thank you so much for that. We would definitely get that reading in for you. So we got you on deck. You are first up. All right.
So the second step, okay, guys, this is important. And I'm going to explain to you why this step is important. And this step number 2. A lot of people have a hard time with the step number 2, and it's because of emotions. Okay. But step number 2, do not contact your ex.
Please don't.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. But let's just follow the instructions.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes it's not your ex. Once again, it's somebody that you aspire to be with.
Right.
And you may have some contact information with them, this is not the time for you to be contacting them.
Don't contact them. Let me tell you why, okay? All right, so that's step number 2. Leave them alone. All right, step number 3. This is an important step. You want to start reflecting. All right. So after you have done step number 1, you've accepted things for the way they are. Step number 2, you don't call the person. Just let them be. Let them live. Step number 3, it's your time to reflect. All right. This is a very, very important step. The reason why you want to reflect on the relationship. Okay. You want to reflect to see, how did you get to this point? You're not just going to go and sit down and do the what, shoulda, coulda, woulda. This is not what reflection is.
No.
Okay, reflection is not, I should have did this. I should have did that. Why didn't? No. We're reflecting to see what actually transpired.
Right. Yeah, because if you saw the video that we did yesterday or night before in regards to certain blockages to your twin flame relationship, there are certain traumatic events that individuals go through, and because of those traumatic events, it may cause them to run, and in some situations it causes them to run into the arms of somebody else, not because you are the wrong one.
Right.
It's just that because they are running to what's familiar.
Hit it again, baby.
Okay? So it is not your fault that they are going to somebody else because you're the one giving them all of the love, all of the attention. This is not something that they're used to. But if they go back to their ex, that is something that is familiar. Yeah, they may treat them like shit. They may not pay attention to them and things of that nature, but it's what they are familiar with.
Right. And sometimes when you provide something new to someone, even if it's a good thing, even if it's about expansion, right? It might be something that's unfamiliar. And so the brain is going to be like, okay, danger, danger, danger. This is unfamiliar. I'm not used to this.
Right.
Right. So it might not necessarily be you per se, but you won't find this out if you don't reflect. So you must reflect. You must go back and you must really meditate on what transpired from then until now.
Right.
Right. And that's a lot of times we don't really take the time to reflect. Okay. We just jump on someplace else or we jump back in without reflecting, but you have to reflect. Reflection is key. Okay. Because that's when you see yourself. Let me just sit that right there and just, thank you, Kelrick.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the donation. We got you,
We got you, bro. We got you. So yeah, you want to take some time to reflect because that's the only time you see yourself is when you see your own reflection. So this is why you have to reflect. Okay. Now, step number 4.
Oh, real quick, not deflect, but reflect.
Ooh, bring it today.
Okay.
Now, after you've done the reflection, number 4, you have to write down what you learned about yourself. Okay. During the time you were with this person.
Yes.
This is another key thing. All right. We're going somewhere with this. I promise. So you want to write down everything. I don't care how small it is. It doesn't matter how big it is. It might seem like it might be irrelevant. Write it down.
Yes.
Write down all these things that you have learned about yourself during this time. You might have learned that you're a jealous person.
Hello.
And this only works if you're being authentic now.
You got to be authentic and humble.
Humble yourself and be real with it, okay? You might find out that you're like a needy person, right? You might find out that, you don't have what's called healthy boundaries.
There you go.
That's another big one. We don't have healthy boundaries. And so for each one of those things that you find out, there are consequences. They all carry different consequences because of this natural law, cause and effect. Right. Okay. Now, once you've written that down, and I took the time and I took notes because I want to share what we know, what actually helped us, so that you guys can try it out for yourself. And I know this is kind of some solid information. Okay. Step number 5. Number 5, guys. Okay. How can you use the relationship to evolve and grow?
One of the first things to really pay attention to is what we just mentioned a moment ago. We love you too,
We love you too, Roz, and we want to talk to you. Call us, girl. Call us.
But,
call us ASAP, Roslyn.
Yes. But one of the things you definitely want to pay attention to is that setting the boundaries. Okay?
Yes.
This is an opportunity for you to reflect and learn from what was done in the past. So now you can put yourself in a better position so that you're not so thrown off. Okay? Because you want to set boundaries. Appreciate the donation.
We're going to get that. We're going to get to you.
We're going to get, this last one, right?
No, we have 7.
We got 7.
Yeah.
We got 2 more after this. We're going to get to the card readers. But you definitely want to make sure that you set healthy boundaries. Because if those boundaries aren't there, then it's just free game for any and everybody to just come and run through your house. Yeah,
we have to do a whole video on boundary setting.
Yes.
Because that's a big deal, okay? So step number 5, again, I'm going to repeat it. How can you use a relationship to evolve and grow once you have written down, everything that you have learned about yourself throughout that relationship, okay? Now, step number 6, all right?
6.
This is step number 6, and this is the step some people don't do, okay? I'm not going to name names, but there's some of us that don't like this step. But this step is necessary. This is how you really grow. Okay, until you can connect to the Akasha, you really learn from those who have connected to the Akasha, right? Which is the absolute. So you want to read some books.
Gotta read some books.
You really do need to read some books at this point in the game.
Yeah, because what books do is that if the writer is good, they give you a different perspective. Okay? A lot of times they can help you see the bird's eye view when you can't readily see it on your own.
Due to emotions, okay? Which is energy in motion. And let me tell you something about emotions now. Just give you a small snip, and we're going to get into number 7. Emotions, they're meant to serve you, okay? Your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts, you can pick. It's pick of the litter, okay? But things get confused when we resonate or we identify with our emotions and our thoughts, okay? When we don't realize that we are the manager. I'm going to sit that right there, okay? When we don't realize that we are the manager of our lives, okay? Our emotions and our thoughts run the show.
And just think about it on a mundane level. If a business is successful, let's just look at, I don't want to, just say any business, a construction business, right? If you are the manager of a construction business, the success or the failure falls on the shoulder of the manager. He could blame the other workers, but it still came down to you picked those workers.
Exactly.
Okay? It could be that you didn't bid enough for the contract, but you still put in the bid.
Right. And you are the manager. Okay. Now, some of your workers, they're good workers.
Yes.
They're there on autopilot. You don't even have to tell Tim what to do. Tim coming before you.
Right.
Tim is there. He's loading the truck. Tim is doing everything. He's going above and beyond because Tim wants his job. Tim got a family to feed. He realized that he needs this job. Okay.
Right.
All right. So you can compare Tim to like your eyes. Okay. So your eyes and your hands and your feet, those are the Tims. Right?
They follow instructions.
They follow instructions. They're doing it without you even knowing because you really have to tell your eyes to look left for you to look left.
Yeah.
But it's on auto. It's on autopilot. Okay. Now you have your workers. Maybe it was John.
Like your subcontractors.
Right? You have John. And you have to keep an eye on John.
Because if you don't pay attention to what John doing, he's going to sit on the side, take his smoke break, and not do the work.
John is not going to do what he is supposed to do. That's your emotion. Okay? So the Johns are your emotion and your thoughts. All right? So you have to pay special attention to your thoughts and your emotions.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen is if you forget that you're the manager, which in most times when the emotions and your thoughts are running the show, you are no longer the manager.
Right.
And the Johns are no longer taking instructions from you because you forgot who you are. Okay.
Slow motion this side.
You don't forgot who you are. You forgot you're the manager. You forgot you're the director, and you forgot you're running the show. So now John Pete Game.
Thank you so much for the donation.
John Pete Game. John is like, well, hold up.
If he ain't running
it, somebody got to run it. Let me take over. Emotion and thoughts.
Yes.
And now taking over. And now you have to go collect your paychecks from Johns, from the Johns, because you don't forgot you in charge.
Right.
All right. So read books. Step number 6. So one of the books that we recommend, okay, why I said that story, is Emotional Intelligence. Okay. So Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman.
Yes. And if you all follow us on Instagram, after this, we're going to post a picture of each one of these books that we're recommending because we do have the books on our Amazon store. The prices aren't hiked up or anything like that on the Amazon store. They're the same price if you go to Amazon, but it helps us out a little bit.
If you don't like us and you just want to buy from Amazon, whatever, you still get the book. We don't care.
Yeah.
The next one is Mindworks. Okay, it's a perfect book for someone who who's in a breakup. Like your ex, you split with your ex, and you're kind of confused as to what happened. You need some sort of direction, to help you in your next journey. Mindworks. And this guy is Gary Van Warmerdam.
Yes. We just go to our Instagram page after this. Once again,
I said his name right. Okay.
Yeah, go to our Instagram page after this. We're going to post the books on there and give you a place where you can go and get the books for yourself.
Exactly. Okay, so Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, and then Mindworks by Gary Van Warmerdam. Okay, that's his name. I didn't make it up, I promise. And then step number 7, which is the final step, guys. Okay, this is important. After you've done all these steps, okay, you want to put into practice what you have learned and see this experience as an opportunity for transformation. Not as, oh gosh, look what happened to me. No. No. Look how far you've come.
Yes.
Okay? It's about perception. It's about how you view your world as what you're going to experience.
Facts.
All right?
Facts.
So that's the 7 steps to really help you to get out of those difficult, heartbreaking relationships and try to move on. Or even if you were to connect back with your ex, now that you connect back with your ex, you'll be a whole person and you'll be able to enjoy that relationship that much more.
Yes. Now, before we move on to the card reading, shameless plug, definitely go to the website because we have a class tomorrow where we're talking about building a relationship with self. This is one of the most important relationships that you will build along this journey. Because if you don't have yourself, then who do you have?
Now, Justin Love had a really good question. He said, hi, so once you've written down step 4 and realize, I can't see now. Okay. And realize you are codependent or jealous, we look for books based on that. That would be critical thinking. That would be a smart thing to do because then at least you're now acknowledging where you're at and you're 10 steps ahead of the game. When you acknowledge, because a lot of people, they can't even acknowledge that.
No.
The ego comes in and they're like, but the mere fact that that's something that you can acknowledge means that you put yourself 10 steps ahead of the game. And so, yes, that will be the next thing to do would be to look for books or you can meditate. But, if you're, if you're there with with the codependency and the jealousy, then the next best thing would be to look for a book that can assist you with that. Indeed. And Mindworks, if this is something that you're experiencing or someone, Mindworks would be a perfect book for that situation. Perfect book.
All right. And once again, just giving a shout out to our people on Facebook. We want to thank you so much for being in here with us. And who is this? Holly says that I connect energetically with mine, and it seems that
He is nosy, all up in my business, knows what's going on with me without me saying anything. I guess boundaries is probably a good thing.
Boundaries is an awesome thing.
Yeah,
to have,
yeah.
okay?
Boundaries is good. Sounds like he has some trust issues, or they have trust issues that they need to work on. But in your case, for you, because we can control, what's going on with us. So boundaries will be good.
All right. But just remember, we do have that class tomorrow as far as building a relationship with self. There are two options that you can do in order to join that webinar tomorrow, which is there is a small fee of $11.11 that you can pay to be a part of the webinar, and that's like per webinar, or you can become a Royal Twin Flame on our website, which would give you access to all of the webinars at no additional charge.
Yeah, we've been doing quite a few.
All right, because we got quite a few, and actually, by tomorrow, I will be posting the rest of our events for April, because we got a whole, hold on, where's that thing?
Yeah, we have a whole list.
We got a whole list.
Man, listen, y'all been coming through, and we say, you know what? We're going to give the people what they want.
Yep.